Welcome to Undergraduate Resume Evolution with Engineering Career Services. In this video, we'll cover some basics on how you can expect your resume to change over the course of your time at UMD. First, please remember that a resume is supposed to tell a story that convinces a recruiter or hiring manager to give you an interview. This means that a resume is never really done. Since you are learning and growing each semester, your resume should change with you each semester to reflect your most recent experiences and accomplishments. Ideally, you'll also edit your resume, selecting the most relevant skills and matching keywords for each job you apply to. It's always a good idea to keep a master resume from which you're able to pick and choose the qualifications and experiences you want to highlight, whether that be in your resume or even later during your interview. So how do you implement these ideas in real life? Let's learn from an example. Meet Unity M. Davies. She has just graduated from the University of Maryland and is joining Bechtel as an engineer right after graduating. To get to this point, she had to update her resume regularly and apply to internships that matched the skills she showcased. Because of her hard work, she was able to receive her job offer before graduation. Let's walk through Unity's resume development throughout her 4 years at UMD. Like any first-year student, Unity arrived at UMD proud of her high school accomplishments, but still developing her technical skills. She worried that she might not have anything that she could really talk about in her resume. However, she learned that it's expected for first-year students to include high school experience on their resume. All first-year students should highlight high school education, technical projects, volunteering experience, and even part-time jobs. So Unity developed a resume during her freshman year at UMD. She formatted it nicely, and there's a few things to note. Since she is still a freshman, she included her high school education. At first, she depended on her high school GPA to signal her academic success to employers. But after her first semester, she shared her UMD GPA as well. Either way, she started off by adding that she was pursuing a bachelor's degree at UMD and expected to graduate by May 2025. You'll also notice that she was part of the ACES Living Learning Program and included a brief description of it to share what she is learning. She also included 2 technical projects. Knowing each section should follow reverse chronological order, she listed the project she worked on her first semester above the capstone project she completed in high school for Project Lead the Way. That way, she demonstrated the evolution of her knowledge and skills to employers. Unity also made sure to include her part-time job from high school, as well as her volunteering experience, to present herself as a well-rounded candidate. She was focusing on academics and hadn't joined any clubs yet, so she wanted to keep her high school involvement on her resume to show her transferable leadership skills. With this resume, Unity was able to secure an internship for the summer. By her second year, she knew she'd have to make some significant changes to her resume to reflect her summer internship experience. After freshman year, a couple changes should be made to the resume to indicate integration into classes and the college campus. First, high school education and experiences should be removed to make more room for any new information. Next, more projects should be included. You should prioritize class projects, but also consider including personal projects. On-campus jobs can be added to the resume to show developing professional skills. And, if applicable, you can also add summer internship experience. For her second year, Unity made several changes to her resume. She removed her high school education, as it is less relevant and limiting valuable space on her resume. She added her summer internship experience and added a technical project completed in her Living Learning program. Leveraging her part-time tutoring skills, Unity became a tutor on campus for other students and opted to remove her high school tutoring experience since it would be redundant to include both. For the moment, she opted to leave her high school robotics project since it was still relevant to her technical skills. To have enough space to include all these projects, she removed her volunteering experience. By junior year, there is generally even more experience to add to the resume. Unity's resume started looking more robust her third year because of another summer internship experience, as well as a study abroad experience. To demonstrate her global engineering leadership interest, she added her time studying abroad to her education section. This is always a good idea, as many recruiters also studied abroad, and commonalities in this experience can lead to some great icebreaker conversations, not to mention some opportunities to mention meaningful non-technical skills built in learning effective communication. Since she now had 2 internships, she decided to feature them at the top of her page, in a new internship experience section, since those would be most relevant to showcasing her qualifications for another opportunity. She also broke out a technical experience section to feature her most relevant technical skills. Since she had joined Terps Racing on campus, an experience that let her practice hands-on skills, she opted to list it instead of her earlier project from freshman year, and by now could also remove her high school project. With all this new information, Unity was starting to exceed her 1-page resume limit, so she reduced her side margins to give herself more space. By senior year, changes to the resume might be minimal. This is Unity's resume her senior year. In comparison to her first year, she has a whole new set of experiences and skills she's picked up from her classes and internships. The last thing she added from her college career was her capstone project and additional skills she learned. With this resume, she received multiple offers for a full-time job. We hope these general guidelines helped you envision the typical evolution of a resume during your college career. Please remember that these are just guidelines and that every individual is unique. That's why we encourage you to visit us for a one-on-one resume review. We're open from 8:30 to 4:30 in 1131 Martin Hall. You can schedule an appointment on Handshake, or you can email us to get feedback on your resume. We look forward to seeing you soon.